As these ends are curved back, it's going to open the center up a little bit. But once we have these two curves with our double tapered...
You might be looking for those.
Well, this one, the double tapered mandrel tool.
I got two over here.
We can use this tool and pull these in together to squeeze it closed. So we've got two perfect little spots that it fits in. We can also use this double tapered mandrel to hold it in such a way that we could lightly tap and form right on here. To make them even. Here again, if you had registration marks, or at least so that you know that each curl is the same length, then we can tell where to bend it. But this kind of forming I will do quite frequently right here at the bench, so we've just got a much smaller bezel mandrel instead of a ring mandrel. Really, it's just an anvil. We're just going to use a round anvil and put it in. And now if I needed to adjust these, I'd have this so it was locked in place, but I could form these over this stationary anvil slash mandrel if I needed to. If we wanted to flare the ends, we could put it on here, and then we could forge the end. If we're using a steel hammer and a mandrel of steel on the inside, then technically we'd be forging or planishing. If we curve them, it was annealed, we curve them, they're still soft. We can harden them just by working them over this surface, either with a mallet or with a hammer. But the best and easiest, depending on the thickness of the metal, is just this. So we've right here, if I can stabilize this, since this is an old pair, I'd probably not be opposed to doing this. If it was a really good pair, I'd make a different tool. But if we turn it around and work from both sides, we just look for the radius, the curve that we want, and then adjust them. As we adjust them and it pulls it together, it's going to make the rings smaller. So just work back and forth. Then we put it on here, readjust the shape. As it pulls it open, we'll have to readjust this shape. And you've noticed a lot of stuff we're doing, it's a process of working in this direction, then correcting it, or kind of working two different things sequentially. Once we have it on here, really easy to pull them together. Pulling them together, the combination of this double tapered mandrel tool and the ring mandrel, we can keep the center of the ring round as we squeeze these together. If we squeeze too far, you can see it would take the curves out and they would open up again. And so it's little adjustments, making little adjustments. And I'm not guaranteeing that's perfect, it's only
It's pretty nice.
But you can see that if we have round tools, and we have a lot of round tapered tools, it makes it really easy to make things matching.
Since mine is not pulled together as much, how would I pull it together?
So this one we could do the same way. If we could put it on the mandrel, and is this similar to the right size inside? So we just need to close this up. So if we find where it goes on the mandrel, if we could do it just by pulling those in. Amazing transformation. So here's another tip that's helpful. As we're doing that, it doesn't hurt to each stage, just trace it on your paper real quickly. So then you've got a little evolutionary diagramming of it. Also, as we adjust these and they're not quite straight, we could take two pairs of pliers and grab it like this and adjust them, or we could just put it up on the bench pin, and using our best friend leverage, we could just gently push which side that we need to. If we had to do that with a mallet and just tap them one way or the other, we could do that.